another video, and again, I'm still without any furniture, any equipment, so that's why the echo is here, and that's why I'm standing like this, right? But I did want to give you guys my follow-up video on iPadOS 14 Beta 6 because there's a lot of things that A, I didn't mention, and B, they're just kind of annoying me at this point. So let's hop right into the video, guys. Let's go. Okay guys, so again, the first thing that I do want to tell you is obviously the home screen. In the last video, I pretty much assumed that it was just something that was messing up and it wouldn't let me do it, but literally every single time I moved this final, folder out of the way, everything would just start bouncing back onto the home screen. And again, it's very frustrating. Again, no real functional difference at all, but it's just, why are you taking something away that I already had that I liked, right? That's my biggest pet peeve. But again, it's not all bad. We did get spatial audio to turn on. I haven't really been able to test it to understand what it, how it really works and if Apple's vision of it is actually gonna happen. But in order to access it, to make sure it's turned on, it's on by default. You go into accessibility settings. This is the same for iOS and iPadOS devices. You go into the AirPods, and then you can see down here the last option. It says spatial audio, follow iPad. So essentially you can just read what it says on the bottom. When follow iPad is on, audio for supported movies and TV shows will sound like it's coming from your iPad instead of following your head movement, which means it sounds like it's directionally coming from a certain source, as opposed to if you're just walking around, it sounds exactly the same no matter what. And then another one, which is right here, it's this new splash menu. It basically highlights the new features of maps, which is cycling navigation, curated guides, and speed cameras, which will basically, if you guys have ever driven through Virginia or Washington, DC, I always get tickets going through there, even though there's no cops around, because of the fact that they have an airplane or something monitoring how fast I'm going. So that's cool to have the speed cameras. And also, I have been slowly moving over to Apple Maps just because Google and CarPlay, or Google Maps and CarPlay haven't really been playing well together since iOS 14. And then the last thing is, if you go into your photo albums, if you go down here, this where it says utilities used to say other albums. They just changed the wording to there. I don't really know why, but I guess it is just because they're imports and then recently deleted. So I guess it is a utility kind of thing, but that's pretty much it. From a look standpoint and functionality standpoint, iPadOS Beta 6 has actually been doing a lot better from battery life standpoint and stability standpoint. Maybe that's why Apple's restricting us, so they can control everything that we're doing and make the experience a little bit better. But again, I'm down to deal with a couple of glitches if I can have the screen look how I want. But I'm done with this top-down view. Let's go back to the normal view. So that pretty much wraps up the video, guys. So I know it's getting kind of strange with the iPad and where it wants to be, because again, Apple gave us cursor support with iPadOS 13.4, and then we were all super excited, ready to go, like, yes, this is the next step for the iPad to replace the computer. But now as these new updates come out, iPadOS 14, the Beta 1 came out with only one standout feature, which was Scribble, and I can count the number of times I've used Scribble actually in one hand, right, which is literally just once, I think, mostly just to test it out and show people. And then again, they're taking away the ability to clear out the home screen, which, from a function standpoint, doesn't do anything different, but it just gives us, aesthetically and looks-wise, what I don't want, right? Which is a cluttered home screen. I hate cluttered home screens. So I'm gonna make a video kind of showing you guys what the state of the iPad Pro is and what's next with it, because there have been a couple things that have changed in terms of the iPad. Do I think it's still a laptop alternative? 100%. Do I prefer it over a laptop? 1,000,000%. But again, it's not gonna be for everybody. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different because again, we're dealing with the move and everything, and I really do appreciate the support. And until next time, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'm really excited to build a studio out. Just got a bunch of gear from Satechi, so shout out to them. But let's get it going. Appreciate it, guys.